Okay, so I'm going to go through the lollipop diagram. When you look at this, it's a conceptual model, and the first thing you need to ask yourself is, where is the sun? Where is it coming from? So for this example, let's have the sun coming from the right. And then you don't color in the moon phases like you would see them in the sky. You fill in the moon like it would be in space. And you should notice that it's not to scale because the Earth is bigger than the moon. We just made the moon bigger so we can see it a little better. So the same representation of the moon will be in each position because the moon will always be pointed the direction it is. And what you want to do is you want to put yourself in the position of a person on Earth looking up at the moon. I always start with the easy ones. So I'm going to start with this one. If this person looks up at the moon, all they're going to see is nothing because the moon is in complete darkness. The side that's illuminated is away from us. So this would be the new moon. So then if I put my person over here in this position and they look up at the moon, they're going to see the whole moon illuminated. So that's going to be the full. Now, if for convenience sakes, we say, get rid of that a month is 28 days, roughly. And conveniently, we know that there's about 4 weeks, right, in a month. So each week is going to equal a quarter. So we learned that if it's bright on the right, that it's getting bright, so it's going to be waxing. And if it's bright on the left, it's waning. Don't memorize this one orientation because the sun could be coming from the other direction too. It also be coming from the top or the bottom. We can't tell, it's in 3D. Okay, here we're starting from 100% illuminated to 50% is illuminated. So our moon is getting less bright. So then we know that it is going to be waning. Our person here on Earth would look up and see it bright on the left. It's more than half, so it'd be a waning gibbous. Here we're going from 50% is illuminated, nothing is illuminated, so again we're getting less bright, so we're still waning. And it's going to be less than half because we're going from 50 to nothing, so it'll be a waning crescent. And our person would be seeing it on the left. So when we're thinking about moon phases, if you remember these things, more than a half bright, it's going to be gibbous. Less than a half bright, a crescent. Bright on the right, it's going to be waxing. Bright on the left is going to be waning. And I want to add a couple of things to this. And that is, if we use 28 days as the approximate length of a cycle, just for convenience sake, it's actually a little bit more than that. Then we know that a quarter equals 7 days. So I could ask the question, if it is the first quarter moon, how many days until the third quarter moon? So we know that they're opposites, so you could think, well, it's going to be half the cycle, so it'll be 14 days. Or you can look at our diagram. So from here to here is a quarter, so that's 7 days. Oh, I didn't want to start there. Sorry. You know that from here to here is 7 days, and from here to here is 7 days, because that's a week, or a quarter. 28 divided by 4 gives us 7. So let's do one more. How many days is it to go from a full moon, good morning, to the waning crescent? So if we go back to our diagram, here we are at the full moon. It's going to take us 7 days to get here. So we got 7 days. But we want to go to this location. So if this is 7 days, then half of this, roughly 3 or 4 days, then you'd have 7, let's say, plus 3. So it'd be around 10 days. Hope this helps.